Mr., Mrs., Miss, and Ms. These are commonly used titles in American English, and they're easily confused, so they can cause a problem for non-native speakers. Although I know several native speakers that could use a review on this one. Let's start with the easy one, Mr. Mr. is used to refer to a man, old or young, married or unmarried. The word does not give away a man's marital status, so it can be used for young boys, although it's usually reserved for a grown man. Let's try a few examples of Mr. with some common last names. Repeat after me. Mr. Smith, Mr. Carter, Mr. Watson. Very good. Moving on to Mrs. Mrs. refers to a married woman. It looks like this, and it sounds like this. Mrs. So the pronunciation is exactly the same as the word Mrs., as in, he misses you when you're away. The first S sound is represented by two S letters. So we start with Miss. That final S is actually representing the sound Z. So it buzzes, your vocal folds or vocal cords vibrate. Mrs. 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 Good. Let's add some common last names. Mrs. Jackson, Mrs. Weinstock, Mrs. Green. Next we have Miss. It looks like it sounds with an S at the end, Miss, and it refers to an unmarried woman. Let's try a few examples. Miss Crawford, Miss George, Miss Sullivan. Notice when I say Miss Sullivan, I connect the final S in Miss to the S at the beginning of the word Sullivan, so it feels like one word. Miss Sullivan, Miss Sullivan, Miss Sullivan. That's good for your rhythm, so notice that connection. Last up we have Ms. Ms. actually has its origins in the 1600s, but it came into popular use in the 1970s during the women's movement. More women were entering the workforce. In the workplace, there was no way of knowing if a man were married or single just based on his name or title. Women wanted a similar title that did not reveal their marital status, and Ms. fit the bill. It's pronounced with a Z, so buzz your vocal cords at the end. Ms. Let's try a few examples. Ms. Brown, Ms. Rodriguez, Ms. Arthur. So those are the most common titles that we use in American English, their pronunciations, and their appropriate meanings.